Good morning. The day is Friday. It's cloudy, and I'm setting my mind for tomorrow adventure. It might be rain, I don't know. I'm going to make a short adventure then, like a walking, hiking in the rain. Otherwise, I may go somewhere far, trying to experience something new to me, which helps me kind of learning and growing in a mental way. Today I want to touch a topic that most people don't think of it because people live life the way it comes. So it's like okay, I'm not planning ahead. I don't really care how the world goes, where it goes, because I can't do anything about it. Right? What God gives me or what the government gives me here, throws at me, I'll take it, I'll deal with it, we'll see. And what I'm going to say is just kind of a question for myself, an opinion. Yesterday a friend shared a YouTube video where was a young female talking on the camera very nicely about what she got from a spirit or something. This type of stuff is called channeling, when a person is able to receive thoughts, or not thoughts, how to say, information or messages. Some people think they receive and actually is their own brain making up stuff. Other people understand and they can sense, okay, this is my brain making up stories, or it's coming from somewhere. So in my case that's the thing. When something is not mine, I recognize, because I recognize my own brain style. Sometimes it's difficult to distinguish between my own thinking, my own brain made up stories, and what's coming down. I don't know. Sometimes it's like okay, I think, but if I'm not sure, I'm not talking about it, because a lot of things comes and I'm not trained to recognize well the differences. And this lady was talking about what she got, like what she downloaded or what she channeled for the next 10 years in regards to human spirituality. And she's saying that by 2020 or something, no, 2030 or something, like 10 years, people won't need to go to churches, people won't need to pray, people won't need to do this type of spiritual practices that they do for hundreds and hundreds of years, because the world is changing and people are going to evolve and people are going to connect with a divine or the divine world at a different level. They say they won't need to perform those rituals and practices in order to connect, because people, lots of people would be at that level. So I can say, if this one makes sense, it might be something for the next 200 years. Even the humanity is evolving very, very fast. But 10 years, I think, is too early to have this type of a shift, like a major shift from the traditional way of connecting or trying to connect or trying to express or get wisdom and all that. That's the thing people do. They perform certain practices and rituals in order to connect. I did record a few thoughts about that. What are those practices and rituals? Are actually programs people came up with, or some people discovered through experience and wisdom, or maybe they channeled. Okay, this is the way you do. Let's say you want to do to heal someone. People came up with a thing that I never knew, but this lady in a video said, yeah, if you want to do heal with a Reiki, you have to move your hand and imagine some symbols. I thought, what? People do that. Like they imagine a symbol and move the symbol of with the hand. Like imagine, what the heck is that? That's a ritual. It's not a. I mean, I'm not saying it's not working, but people complain about doing certain rituals, including black magic and other things that may help with something. Like I'm not saying black magic helps, but everything or everyone sees the result according to their own perspective. So black magic practitioners would use their practices to gain something which is good for them, but it might not be good for other people. So good, bad is relative. But for the minority who are practicing this type of stuff, like black magic, it's a good thing because it's a good outcome. I don't know what the heck they get out of it, but since they keep doing it, that means it benefits them. And from their point of view, that's good. Now, Reiki, it's considered by most people a good practice. Again, it's a ritual. If people think of symbols and all that, it's just another ritual. But it's being accepted because people see benefits of it. Now she was saying about this ritual, even the Reiki is going to disappear because people are going to evolve to some other type of a level of consciousness and they would connect with the divine at different level. I'm not saying it's not possible. Probably from her perspective, from her own reality, maybe she is an advanced soul, or maybe who got to a level of understanding and connection through practice, because people do that. So it's not impossible. It's not like this is not a special technique or special privilege for those who are born like that. Okay, my name is Joseph, and my ancestries are all saints and all that, so I was born like that and I'm supposed to connect. Yeah, there are people who came out from the hole, from the dark, if we want to call it dark, from evil, right? And they move towards the other side. So evil is not bad. I'm not saying it's a relative thing to in regards to humans. If you were to live on different planet, which it might sound crazy for you because the science tells you there is no life on other planets because we don't know. But let's say if you believe that there is life on other planet, and if those people live certain type of a dark type of, from our perspective, like pain, suffering, all that, maybe their evil is really good. So maybe they've encountered different level of evil that humans never encountered. Maybe we think evil from our perspective, some like some ugly animal that causes harm and kills, or I don't know, get people sick or something. Yeah, that could be for our level, but it could be evil at different level. And doesn't mean that evil does only bad. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff. So because I don't know, that's I did not experience evil, and I mean I experienced evil people, but not to understand, and I was not open to understand why and stuff. So it's a human thing. It's, okay, you want to harm other people, that's your thing. Now also, she is saying that all this information was channeled. So I'm not saying it's not true. But my point here is that some people are so excited to channel because they are young and inexperienced. And whatever comes, they say, wow, I connected. Like something came to my mind. Because it happened to me. Like, okay, where these thoughts come from? What? It's like weird. I should pay attention to these things because it's above my level. So it's like if it's not me, that means it's some from somewhere that knows more than me, knows everything. It's like listening to the doctor because I don't know anything else. I don't know, I don't have the knowledge, and so the doctor must be, wow, some superpower person. But how about if this person, I mean this entity or soul that's connecting and sending data, it's some person, like a dead person or an entity that has, okay, a knowledge from outside my box, but has some limitations. That's not God, it's not someone who knows everything, it's probably it's another spirit. And I noticed that in my journey. I get information about repairs, like how to repair this thing and that, and I thought, this sounds like this idea sounds like they come from a dead technician, like some technician or some guy who used to repair this type of stuff, or maybe he is repairing on different planet, very identical planet, but a little bit more advanced, like a different reality, different planet, and he knows the answers, and he's connecting to me, and he gives me the answer because he knows in advance. He knows what I'm doing. I know it sounds stupid, crazy, like, but you are in my journey. You decided to watch this video up to this point. That means you are either curious or you think, it might be possible. Yeah, or maybe you watch this thing for entertainment and you think, oh yeah, I'm having fun, this idiot is having some weird thoughts, like let's watch what he is making up. That's okay. So my point is that this chick, I think, she's connecting to an entity or to a spirit, whatever smart energies out there, and she trusts everything that comes because she is not able, at her level as a human, is not able to figure out, okay, is this person knowledgeable enough, or is just an entity or a spirit just having more knowledge that I have, and I'm excited because that I have a limitation, but this soul or entity has more, so I will share what comes. And she's saying that the churches will disappear. So I disagree with that. Why? Because we are built, as the humans, we are built to connect and survive. We are built to tune into people who are similar. And I'm going to talk another time about language. Why it's not really good to have a unique language, like an English language all across the world. It might sound appealing, like, oh yeah, we are going to be or become a very powerful, strong a nation. We all speak the same language. We all understand. We are having we communicate with ease. That means we can move things forward way faster. That's very true. So when everyone is speaking English, everyone is talking computer language, everyone can share, can connect, the world moves way faster than when having a language barrier, because I know my growth, I had language barrier, learning to talk English. So I had a huge limitation between me and people of English world language, right? And even now I see people avoiding me, and so that's a huge barrier. Now if you remove all the barriers, it's going to be like explosions of knowledge, of connectivity, of human growth. So it's very appealing to most people. But most people, but there are people who are concerned about their own identity, including spiritual identity and religious identity, because they believe in that spirituality. They believe in the traditions, in ritual, whatever they grew up with, because they associated emotions to those practices. So I'm going to my church, I see my people, we connect, we love the same thing. So that means we are all in love with the same entity, or maybe Mohammed or some Buddha or some like that. And when we connect, it's like we're all vibing at the same level, and we feel the love, we feel the connection, we feel the happiness, right? When you mix people together, it's like this is buzzing at this level, this is buzzing at this level. They try to understand, but there is a spiritual language barrier, because this is a spiritual language. To think of, like, say, my Jesus or my Buddha or something, everyone is speaking, even it's English or Arab, like Arab or something. Regardless of the language, it's a spiritual language people speak in their mind and their prayer. So the way people pray, it's a kind of a language. It's a not encrypted, but it's a code. It's a code. It's an energy code which is written into words that have meanings, and those are energies. So if you try to combine these different programs, like this language, like let's say how Muslims pray with how Hindus pray, those have barriers. And if you leave the barriers, you may say, oh yeah, that's cool, because everyone is going to pray to the same God at some point. But that's the dangerous slope. Why is the dangerous slope? So when God mixed up the languages of humans, according to the Bible, I'm not saying if it's true or not, but when they mix, it had a reason, right? So it could be an experiment. They say, okay, you know what, like, I'll mix these people up, see how they grow separate, and they see which nation or which group of people grows better, easier, faster, eat less or eat more, or preserve the environment, or love more. I don't know. It looks like, to me, it looks like a God's or the creators or aliens experiment. That's the way it looks to me. And now you remove these barriers, include language barriers. So everyone speaks English because everyone try to be with Americans. They want to be with the powerful, or the powerful is taking over and spreading their own language. Then you eliminate the spiritual barriers. It's not a barrier, it's kind of a, a little bit of impediment, impeding people to connect at the same level. So everyone is, believing their own thing. People pray to the rocks, people pray to stars or whatever. And I believe it should be the way they feel like, not the way they are being pushed towards, like indoctrinated. So some people believe something because they were brought up that way, and like I said, the parents associated certain emotions and practices to that type of spirituality, right? So those people may be into a wrong religion. Like, okay, I grew up, let's say, in a wrong family. Okay, I always felt I don't belong to this family. There are people who think I always felt I don't belong to this religion, but I go with it because I was brought up like that. So I felt about being Orthodox. I thought, well, what the heck is that? I don't like it. So I'm not saying Orthodox are bad or stupid or something, but it's like learning something that's not for you, and you carry on because you have no other choices. Like a family does that. So when people are being pushed or indoctrinated, or the new kids, new generation grow up with a new religion, right? Then guess what? Then people might not fit, might feel okay. I don't know, but yeah, I think I like it because I was brought up this way, and yeah, I think it is. Like most followers go with whatever comes to them. So they just follow. They grow up like that. Yeah, I think it's good. But there are people who are like me. I say, you know what? I keep looking. I keep searching whatever is in tune. So maintaining all the religions is good. Helps with a group's survival. So if one group fail, because of their doctrine, dogma, religion, or something, or maybe because of they follow some fake god or something, other groups will thrive, and it helps the species to perpetuate. Now, another slippery slope about one single kind of a language and dogma is that people who are in control, the evil in our world, so evil that does everything to control, use fear, use manipulation, use dividing, even for us look like dividing. How come? Because you just said is making everything the same. Yes, because right now they divide those countries who are not speaking language, English language. They are not with Americans or whatever, so they divide those, take over. Otherwise, you can't go to get them speaking English. So you take them, take over, then you push your doctrine, dogma, English language, or whatever. Maybe not religion, because these evil people are not religious. But you make people not to believe in anything, and 100 years later or less, you have a bunch of nations that are under your control. So you're speaking a word, and you're speaking doctrine, you're speaking ideology goes easier than having those religious, spiritual, or language barriers. So I think I made my point. Talk to you later. Bye bye.